Hey guys, how's it going? I'm gonna set up this mentoring session for Joey and the guys, and then I'll send out the link so that you guys can, join in. So let me just, I'll set up real quick. Third. I guess I'll share this link with you guys as well. Post this up right here. I'll just share with you guys. You guys want to watch this anyways. So let me just finish setting this up, and then I will send off that link. Get this over to Billy real quick. Send that link over to Joey. His way.
Yo,
What's up, Joey? How's it going?
good. How you doing?
And good, bro. Just hanging out. See Kyle's making his way in.
Shit.
How's everything been with you, bro? How's the weather out there?
Oh, fucking shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a rough week for me.
Yeah. Dude, you got in the car accident, huh?
Yeah, I was in the hospital last night.
Was that bad?
Yeah, I got a hernia. They thought my intestines were squeezed in there.
You mean serious or you fucking around?
No, I'm 100% serious.
Oh, no way. Dude, the accident was that bad? I thought it was just like something small.
No, I was. I don't know. I mean, it could have been. They kept asking me, "You're wearing your seatbelt, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." So they think maybe the seatbelt like squeezing on my abdomen, like could have did that shit.
Dude, that's crazy, man. The last time I got in a car accident, dude, I drove into a freaking ditch. Well, like I didn't get I didn't get hurt at all. It was weird. Like the doctor was even surprised. He was like, "Dude, are you sure you're all right?" And I was like, "I don't know. I guess I am. I don't feel anything." But then I felt it like a couple days later. Like I felt sore.
Yeah, I felt fine. The day of, the day after, it was like Saturday morning. I felt it in my stomach.
Yeah. Well, good thing you got checked out and good thing you're good, bro.
Bro, they gave me some strong shit.
That's probably what you have been trading, huh? It's been like you've been high as hell. Just chilling.
No, just only in the emergency room yesterday.
Oh no, like a 1 day thing. Yeah, no, definitely.
Dude, I think it was morphine. That shit was strong.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy that they well, I mean you were in pain, so I guess it makes sense, but yeah.
Well, yeah, so they gave me that because they were gonna like press around my stomach. So they gave it to me, and I'm like, wow, this shit's fucking strong. Wow, and then all of a sudden they started squeezing my stomach and pressing it. It hurt like motherfucker.
That's crazy, dude. Yeah, one time I have you ever had surgery before?
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy when they like numb you and you can see what's going on, but then you don't feel anything.
Yeah. The only surgery I had, they knocked me out, so I was fucking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, breathe this. It's oxygen. Like, yeah, okay, dude.
Yeah, actually, I had that done to me too when I got I had like some surgery done in my head, and dude, like
Yeah.
they gave me that oxygen, and I felt like I was knocked out for like a few seconds. I woke up, it was like 4 hours later.
Yeah, me too.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. So you guys looking at any trades right now?
I was looking at US 30.
This thing is dropping like heavy. I wanted to take some trades, but I don't see anything here.
See, I thought it was gonna
Coming
this
back
week.
up.
I thought it was gonna try to retest that high.
That's what I thought. I mean, it looked like it, but then again, it is NFP, so there's a lot of weird stuff. Like this is probably gonna drop, and then probably by Friday it'll swing back up. But who knows? I mean, we're just gonna take it as it is. But I'm ready for it. I just got my my 200K count.
Oh yeah.
It was expensive, bro. it was like 1,300.
What do you
Damn.
mean?
Yeah, dude, it was a lot, but
FTMO offers a 200K account.
yeah.
Oh
I
shit.
signed up for it. I wanted to take my first trade, but I might hold off on it first until stuff starts to smoothing out. But I just got it, so waiting for it to waiting for my trades to set up so I can take one. I'm kind of nervous because I got to double up on the on the account. I mean, on the lot size.
Does that mean that they like increase the maximum funding?
Yeah, so the max funding now is 400K. So I already have 200. So I'm just gonna once I pass this, I'm gonna merge them together.
Wow.
And guys about to be funded $500,000.
They're gonna keep bumping it up, bro, because like that's what I like about like Funding Talent and all these other companies that are coming in. They're like forcing them to you know, to make things better or make things more lucrative, because then people will use their, you know, obviously what they have. So we'll see.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the rest of these indices. I've seen some people trade the Aussie 200, but I don't really like it. I don't know if you guys trade it.
I've just been studying US 30.
Yeah, me too, bro. I mean, you know, that's the main thing. Like, if you could focus on one and just master that, I mean, you're pretty solid. Like for me, that's all I trade, and I'm killing it, dude.
Like I'm trying to find like a solid strategy where you have like no drawdown. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, trust me. That's what I've been looking at every single day, dude. I have another strategy that I've been working on. It's pretty cool. Let me see if I can pull it up. Maybe I was looking for something on the 1 minute. Let's go to another chart. Like I was literally just sitting on the chart. Like basically what I do when I look for new strategies, I just look for patterns. I'll like turn some stuff on. Like I'll go on the 1 minute. I think the 1 minute would probably be best for you know, that strategy that I was mentioning before where price, like the signal would have to close above the other one.
Yeah.
Like this right here. Like when this one closes below this one over here, basically what I would do, or actually this one isn't one here, but let's see if there's one over here. Like this one right here. Like for this one where it closes below this one, I was trying to figure out a strategy, like a risky one, but not too risky, but just enough where I can just lock in some profits where like basically I just try to lock in like maybe 100 pips, like just for a quick little move, since it's you know, it's off that 1 minute candle, because so many entries come up. So like for example right here where this closes below it, I was thinking about taking like a sell when it closes and then just write it down for like 100 pips and then pull out, but go like super heavy lot size.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a super risky strategy, but I've been looking at it and it actually works pretty often. Like it works pretty solid. So that's something that I might start applying, but I don't know. It's just, it is a risky strategy though. Like right here, I think it might have been a loss. I might have to figure
I think
out
that's a win. Oh, what's the stop loss on that?
stop loss would be at that at the high right here at wherever the previous signal was.
Oh.
So let's see.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, this probably would hit stop loss. I got to figure out, there's probably like, I got to figure out another confirmation to help, to pretty much help figure out, you know, which direction it should go. Like I was thinking this is kind of simple. There's another one too that I was looking at too, where I have the zones plotted. And basically I was thinking about, because this is what I already do when I scalp anyways. Like when I scalp on the 1 minute, I was trying to see like when price breaks structure to just keep riding it. Like for example, like this right here, like see how we have this sell signal right here?
Yeah.
And then we have it break below the structure down here. Well, not this one, but the one below it. like probably run something there where it breaks structure, and then you just ride it for a quick little scalp right there. Or I guess this one right here. It's just figuring out where to put our stop loss because you don't want to put it too close. But like if we were
Yeah, that red candle right before you entered that trade.
Mhm.
That's like a lot of selling pressure, right?
This big one right here, or this
No, the one next to the little hammer. Yeah.
this one, yeah, definitely, yeah. There's some selling pressure right there. So this might be a good one too. Like maybe find like a rejection off a structure like that, like it breaks a structure, but it rejects off it as well. And then just go for a little move because it works this way too. Like right here, we have this, and then the buy signal right here. Like if we were to get this where it breaks outside, we can ride this for a little scalp right here as well.
Was that like 20 pips?
Yeah.
Or was that 200?
Yeah, 200 pips, but I'd probably go for something tighter because I'm just trying to get in and out quick. Because if I'm going heavy lot size,
Yeah.
I want to literally just get in and out. Like I literally just want to wait for it, enter it, and then get out quick. I just know that the risk reward's gonna suck on this though. Like it's for sure gonna suck on this because it's such a quick scalp.
I've been looking at doing like for the scalps like a 50 pip stop to a 100 pip win or profit.
Yeah, no, that could work too. The only problem with that is that it could. I mean, unless it's like back tested far enough, it might be risky. Because
Yeah, that's why I want to try to find like the ones where like there's like I don't know something that's telling you that there's gonna be no drawdown, like it's going up to the next zone, you know?
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I'm trying to look for too. Because like sometimes I see patterns where like if we get a signal like a buy signal or a sell signal, it's usually followed by another similar signal, right?
Mm.
Like here you get a sell, and then if it's a sell right behind, like right next to it, that would be like perfect little scalp right there. Or same with right here with this green. I'm just trying to figure out the patterns where that actually happens because it doesn't happen every time, but it does happen most of the time. Like this would be a sell followed by another sell candle. This would be a buy followed by another buy candle. Sell, sell. This would be a loss. This would be a loss. Or I mean, it wouldn't be a loss. It would also depend on where we're putting our stop loss. So
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, I was just brainstorming yesterday because I was thinking, I was like, man, if I get a crazy, like a huge account, like right now, if I get that merged to a 400K account for FTMO, it might be pretty solid where I can just literally just scalp like quick little moves, because I could lock in like $1,000 per trade if I'm going heavy lot size, and then
I'm doing a 50K, right?
Mhm.
What's like the most like conservative approach to passing it? Like, is it just doing the scalps? Like, you know what I mean? Like the
yeah,
US 30 scalps for 50 pips.
yeah, I think the scalps would be best, honestly. That's I mean that's all I've been applying now. Like I still take the daily entry, but I don't take it at full TP anymore. I just if it hits TP1, I'll move my stop loss and profit, or what I'll do is I'll scalp within that move instead of taking the actual daily entry.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm gonna do another one this month. Try another
50K,
one. What's that?
50K.
Yeah. I just want to get on the books, man. You know, I want to just give me a little profiting, flow, little income, and then I'll start, reinvesting that into, a bigger account.
Yeah, no, definitely, 100%, dude. Yeah, that I mean that could be solid. Could be cool for the I mean, literally, you just have to get one, bro. I think once you get funded, you'll see how easy it is. I think the whole problem with getting funded is you guys feel a lot of pressure to pass. That's like
Well, yeah, because like you hit that, if you get one loss, you're like in the hole. So it's like you got to make up for it.
exactly.
And if you don't make up for it, it's like it looks like you're gonna be short.
Exactly, yeah, and that's why I mean you have to take more risk when you're doing the challenge because you only have so much time. Like when I have the funded account, I don't really care. If I make profit, that's the main thing. Profit's profit. I'm not really like caring too much about how much I make because
That's what killed me.
yeah, I think that that's a key for a lot of people too. It's like a lot of people like Eric in the group. He kind of took some. He made a lot to me. He made like 9,000. I think he lost it all. because he just got too greedy. I think he was getting really close to passing the challenge. Like he was like 1,000 away or maybe a couple $100. And then he ended up going super heavy and then just ended up losing it all. And I was like, damn, dude. So he has to go make it back again. But I was telling
Yeah,
him,
that sucks.
yeah, I was telling him, I was like, dude, if you've done it before, it's possible, you know, like that's the thing. If you actually did it, you know that it's possible. It's just really controlling your emotions and, you know, getting the job done for the most part.
That's what kills me because I'm like, once I'm funded, I'm gonna just be very conservative. Like I'm not gonna need to take those big risks. But like they want a conservative trader, but you also need to take that risk in the challenge to pass it.
Exactly. Yeah, no, dude, I agree.
It's like a double-edged sword.
It is. It freaking sucks, but that's how they get you, bro. Because they know that a lot of people don't have trade psychology. They just
Yeah,
you know, they know that people are on that get rich quick type mindset. So
100%.
that's how they make the money, bro. Like this challenge was expensive, dude. Like 1,300. If someone was like, if X amount of people were to pay for this, like you think about it, like 1,300.
Yeah,
Like say 100 people pay for that. That's a lot of people. 1,300 times. They already made 130,000 of 100 people taking that expensive challenge, and they know majority of people are gonna fail it.
but I read that if you pass, they give it back to you.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like if you do it
Oh,
properly,
nice.
like if you pass, they'll give it back to you. So in reality, if you pass, you're basically paying risk free because your next payout will cover it.
So you come down to the 1 minute chart, and like you're fucking around with those zones.
This is what I'm looking for now. I'm looking for some patterns here on the 1 minute chart. Like Braden over here in the chat mentioned engulfing candle with the signal. That actually works too. That was actually one of my favorite strategies. I don't know if you guys ever applied like an engulfing candle strategy.
Yeah, where it takes the other one.
Yeah, like where basically the one that follows it is usually bigger.
Yeah, that's to like eat the other candle in that whatever direction.
Yeah, because when that happens, it kind of indicates that there's like an imbalance in power. Like it goes like from, you know, like this right here, but this didn't play out obviously. I'm trying to see if I can find it in here. Maybe this one. Yeah, this is an engulfing candle right here, where this one eats this one, but it's not enough. It's not enough to get that.
I don't think that's engulfing. Which one are you looking at?
This one right
The
here.
green. Oh, the green. I thought you were pointing to the red one.
Oh no, this one right here is
Yeah.
engulfing.
Okay. Yeah.
But it doesn't work necessarily as accurate as I probably would have wanted it to. Yeah, I don't know. I got to figure out that there's I mean, there's got to be a pattern, bro. Like the more and more I look at this, I'm gonna figure something out, and I'll be able to figure out an entry because this indicator works really good. Like the momentum indicator, this is really key. I feel like a lot of people don't make advantage of it. Like they don't take advantage of the tool because it does work. Like you can see here that there's obvious areas where it pushes up pretty heavy. It's just finding the pattern that fits for this right here. Like there's obviously something that's happening right here that we can identify that indicates that price is going to push up. And then there's something that we can identify here that, you know, will indicate that price is just consolidating. I just got to figure out what it is.
Yeah, I've been looking at the 30 minute.
30-minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
I go down to the 5 minute.
on that one too. Yeah. That's usually what I do too. I like to trade on the higher time frame, but for this scalping, because since I'm going to be, you know, going bigger lot size and just going for a small move, I think the 1 minute would probably be better just to find something specific. The main thing is just finding the pattern that I'm looking for. I don't know. Let me check the charts real quick on 10 minutes, see if there's any entries here yet.
I'll tell you one thing though, the zones, like regardless of whenever that zone was created, I noticed like they will respect the zone.
Yeah, most of the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's probably what I might be doing. I might just be doing the zone, like when price breaks a zone with the signal, I'll probably just write it in that direction. I'm just going to rewind it and see if I can find anything here. Because there's got to be patterns here, bro. Like let's see, like this right here. Price broke the structure, but then you get burnt. Or technically, let's see. No, I would have gone burnt off this one. Because it does work sometimes. Like right here with this green and break structure, this one pushes up. Could have made profit off that. And then it breaks structure again right here. Could have made profit off that. Because this is how I normally scalp on the 1 minute anyways. I wait for price to break structure and I continue riding it. But I only
you
do
like the 1 minute zones?
I do it when I'm within a full move. Like for example, say if I'm already in a buy, or let me go to like the 10 minute. I don't know if you saw my last live session. I have another live session with another person yesterday, and I went over the strategy with them. Like basically what I'll do is I'll identify like an entry, like something like I'll identify an entry like right here off the 10 minute. So what I'll do is I'll identify this right over here.
Yeah,
So we have like this 10 minute right here where it's like, you know, for the normal scalp entry. So like I'll have that there, and then what I'll do from that point is I'll go on the 1 minute, and then from here, whenever price breaks structure, like for example right here off this candle, since this candle is breaking the structure down here, I would take another sell within it, and then I would just write it to the next structure down here. So I'm scalping within the scalp. So basically right there, I hit full TP. So I locked in, instead of locking just 500 pips, I locked in an extra 230 pips off this one. And then when price breaks below there again, I take another one. So like right here, or no, there we go. So yeah, when price breaks the structure again, I enter another scalp right there. And then I write it to the next structure down here. And like when I do this, I don't put a stop loss because I know price is coming down. So I'm basically just waiting for it to come back down to finish the move. Well, for this, the move's already finished. So I wouldn't take this scalp right here, but you kind of get the gist of it, right?
Yeah.
Like basically when price breaks structure like this right here, because the thing is we're still anticipating it to come down. So for this trade over here, since we're already waiting, since we're trying to catch it on its way down, I just stack the position basically. I take on a double position right there. And then that's where I would take it to the next zone right here. So that's normally how I would scalp. That's why my profits are kind of different. Sometimes I'll have like $1,000 profit, and then it'll be followed by like a $200 profit or a $300 profit because I'm scalping within the scalp for a smaller move.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean it works pretty often. It works pretty solid. I just need to figure out a way to do it. Maybe if I can do it with just the indicators and not like, you know, not scalping within the zone, because it does work here too. I'm just going to find something else like this right here, this red candle. When it comes down, you can take a small scalp right there too to this next zone over here for about 30 pips. Break structure again right here, right up to this structure for another like 200 pips. I break structure again down here, and I just pretty much just write it like right here for the sell signal. Like we get a sell signal, break structure. We write this down from this point to this next structure down here, which would technically be like down here. And then you just get out. And then when it breaks structure again down there, you do the same thing. Another short position right there. And then you just write it to the next structure down here. So that's another one. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here that we can look at. I just need to figure out what works and what doesn't.
Yeah. When I first started, I was doing that. I was just on MT4, you know, when you could like you market execution, and on the little screen it shows like the, you know, the price.
Yeah.
I don't think it's candles. It's kind of like a line.
Mm-hmm.
I would watch it like, you know, kind of hit like where the top, and then enter a sell, and then once I felt like it was at the box, I would watch it for so long. It's like, because for some reason back then it would like usually fluctuate around the same prices.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah. Usually when you're at a zone, or if you have a zone that's on like, you know, how you meant on MC4, usually fluctuate around that area. Like right here, if we have a zone here, like this would be like split second thinking whether you're going to take a sell or a buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta play around with it though. I'll figure it out. Like I know there's some way to do it. There's got to be a way, because that's how I figured out the pivot. I mean the snipe strategy. Like I literally figured this out just by like following it and identifying like how things are moving. Let's see. Dude, I hate Asia session because it's so slow. Like I want to take trades so bad, but I don't want to force anything. Let's see if I can find something here. Actually, let me check the Forex trades. I'm gonna see if there's anything running right now. Yeah, everything kind of dropped a bit. Anything here? CAD, CHF, RNZD, RGUSD, CHF, JPY, CHF. And there's like no Forex trade to take right now. It's like the market kind of died down a bit. There's a lot of these trades here that I'm glad I didn't call, like this NZD-JPY. This would have been a bad buy. I don't want straight to stop.
Where would you have called that?
Right here where it broke structure. So price broke structure. We had a buy signal here. I probably would have bought it at this point right here. Right there.
Hmm.
Well, technically, it could still play out. Looks like it could reject off this support right here and shoot up. But I don't know. It's just too risky of a trade. A lot of the Forex pairs are just reversing right now for NFP. Generally, they'll reverse like midweek, and then the week after, or like a couple days after, like Thursday, Friday, they'll just shoot in the opposite direction. But there's nothing really here right now. I was trying to call some signals, but it doesn't look like we have anything. So I'm just gonna stick to these indices, I guess.
Yeah, that's what time frame was that? You were just on
the Forex.
No, on US 30.
On the main, I'm on the 10-minute. Yeah, so for my
10-minute.
Yeah, my scalping one, I'm on the 10-minute.
God damn, that thing dropped.
Yeah, dude, it dropped heavy. You know, I feel like the that breaking structure strategy probably worked good for the 10-minute actually. Yeah, just looking at it here, looks pretty solid.
Yeah, I like when you have a nice zone, like I'll follow the zone back as far as I can.
Exactly. Yeah. Like,
and then when it looks real good, I'll just wait for it to break that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking at too, because it does look pretty solid here. Like if the pivots are really good, and then they break structure like that, you can literally just ride this up to the next structure.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I gotta figure this out. Actually, looking at this now, this might be pretty solid. Let me go on the 10-minute here. Just gonna go back to like a random point in time.
I like using the higher zones though.
The higher zones?
Yeah, like a 30-minute zone.
Yeah, those are a lot stronger.
And then the 4-hour.
Yeah, I like using those too, but I don't like using them for indices because they're kind of harder to identify because they move so wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can find something here.
But yeah, I was sure it was gonna try to go back up and test that 30. What was it? 32,000.
Oh yeah, the high. It looked like it, right? Like yesterday when you were watching, I was like, oh, it's gonna come right back up, but it didn't. It's just a tricky market. It's been dropping since this morning, since London session actually. So the high was established here at 1:10 my time. That was about 4:10 your time, and it just dropped ever since. It's just a double top right there, basically.
What do you mean by double top?
It's a double top from here to here.
Oh, okay.
Upper structure. So it established a high here. It came back to retest that high. It failed to break it. It rejected off and came straight down. So from that point, if you took that sell up here, yeah, it's like 4,000 pips, 5,000 pips. It's a huge drop. Let's see.
Hey, do you know why it jumped on the chart?
where that gap happened.
Yeah.
It was because the I don't know why, but like for some reason currency.com with the data was off for like a good while. And then when it came back, it just refreshed at the bottom.
Oh, so that wasn't like because when I was looking at it, I thought it was just like the next candle opened that much higher.
No, no, it was like for some reason just currency.com data was not working. It was like it was offline. And then when it came back on, it just came back to that area. But we were looking at Awanda at the time because we were still looking for trades. We were looking at Awanda and it was moving fine. It was just that specific time for currency.com. It happens sometimes, but it rarely happens. I don't know what happened. Their servers might have just went down or something. But yeah, this big gap right here. The market was just closed for, let me see, for like 30 minutes. It wasn't a very long time. It was from 6:30 to 7, and then it just opened up and then just started moving normally, which is weird. It was weird for I think it was a Monday too.
Yeah.
So it's from the weekend, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was also surprised. Well, I guess I didn't because I just thought it jumped, but I'm like, why didn't it come back down? Why did it take so long to come back down to like kind of correct that move?
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it did come a while. I mean, once it established that high right there, it dropped pretty nice. I think this is where we took our daily entry actually. Let's see. Let me just turn this on.
What I'm sorry if you went over this, but when you're doing the daily entry, what exactly is the signal for that? Is it just
It's just
your
the momentum indicator right here.
oh really?
Yeah, I mean, we take everything off. If we're doing that, we just take the momentum indicator. And then
What's
this is the trade that we took on that day, this sell.
what time would you say is acceptable time to take the momentum indicator? Because I know you're not taking it at 9:30, right?
What was that for US 30?
Yeah, like when you're doing the daily call, like what time do you say, all right, we're good to go? Like, is it 9:45?
Oh, like when we stop taking trades?
No, like you know when the market opens, the first couple, maybe first 10 minutes or 15 minutes is just wild.
Yeah. Well, no, for the daily entry, we take it even if it's wild. We
Oh,
just,
really?
yeah, we take the first valid signal. So, like, for
Oh,
example, right
okay.
here, like the market opened here at 6:30, and then the first signal was here at, so the market opened right here at 6:30. The first signal was here at 9:10. So that's when we took that trade right there and it ended up hitting full TP.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought you would wait, like you were waiting until like 9:45 or 10 a.m.
Oh,
or
no, no, that's
whatever
just,
that is your time.
yeah, that's just for the scalps. The scalps we're only going for like 500 pips, so we don't have much leeway. But for the daily entry, it's 1,500 pips, so it's a lot of space, and it can bounce around before it drops. Or just looking for that specific entry point.
So then why does everybody always bug out about your calls when you don't call them in the chat if it's that simple?
I don't know, bro. Ask myself the same thing.
Like
It's
it's
literally
so simple.
like you literally just look for the first signal, and that's it. Like whether it's a buy or a sell, like this would be the signal for the first, and then again on the second yesterday. There was another one over here. It would have been.
Yeah, I always thought like there was something else to it. That's why everybody was always waiting.
Oh no, it's the first.
I didn't know it was just the momentum signal.
That's all it is. Like you don't even need the zones. Like you literally take everything off, and it's just the first signal. And that's it. I don't know. Some people, a lot of people are just nervous. They just get scared to take it. So they kind of want my confirmation to let them know that it's coming out.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
Most-
true.
yeah, and mostly the people that freak out are the people that don't have the indicators because they don't know what's going on.
Ah, the free
The
YouTubers.
the freebies, yeah, the guys who are looking for freebies.
Hey, so that's like all right. So 9:30, you get a signal, whatever direction,
Yeah, if you get a
and
signal
then
anywhere, like literally, you can get one that's anytime after the open. Like anytime after 6:30, you're just not going to take the opening candle, but you can take any other one.
you're not taking it before 6:30.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So because what we're doing is we're waiting for the New York Stock Exchange to open, and we're just waiting for the market makers and institutions to push price in a certain direction. Because like right here, you can see they kind of fake people out. Like for example, here the market opened here, and if you were looking at this, you know, a normal trader, like what would you think here? You think it's gonna be bullish, right?
Yeah.
Like obviously it looks bullish. So if you were to take that trade there, that's where you get faked out. Like for example, if you have no zones here, you know, if you don't have anything here and you're looking at a naked chart and you're just looking at it like that, if you saw this here, you would think that it's bullish right here, but we don't get faked out like that because we wait for the momentum indicator. So as soon as we get that sell signal, and we'll know it's going to be a sell signal because this previous one is a buy signal. So
Yeah.
usually what I like to do is I like to get the zone to see where the rejection points are, if there is a zone there. If not, then you know obviously there's nothing there to look for. But like for example here, so from this point right here, this is where the market opened at 6:30. And we're looking for that first momentum signal right there. So once we get that momentum signal, one thing that I do like to do sometimes is that I like to look for the upper zone to see if there was like some sort of rejection point from like where price is.
Yeah.
So like for
Oh,
example,
there is. Look at that.
so there's like one right there above it. So in this case, I would have seen it. I'm like, all right, cool. It looks like it's getting near a resistance, so it's probably going to drop from this point. Like it didn't test the zone, but it got close to it, and that happens a lot where price will get close to it, and then it ends up just dumping from that point. So sometimes I use this as an extra confirmation, but it's not necessary. We just wait for the first valid signal right here. We have to sell. We enter the sell from that point, and you know,
So
EP stop loss 150 pips. Or
so if you're so you get this right. You get your signal. You're 150 pips, right? So then you could go down to like 10 minutes. Well, you're in the 10 minute. You go down to the 1 minute and then just scalp that whole way down.
exactly, you can do the same thing. Like for example, here we're already in the sell. So in this point, you can go on the 1 minute, and you can just turn on your zones. And every time price breaks structure, you can just enter another sell. You know, it's not that. It's not really that difficult. Like,
Oh, you're not looking
you
for
can literally
pivots.
just turn on your K2SRs. Or is it K2SRs? Zoom out from this point.
Oh snap! Shawn froze. It's not my internet. I got like 150.
Hey Joey, can you hear me?
Yo, it's not me. It's not me.
Man,
It's not my.
this always happens. I don't get it.
Was it cloudy by you?
It's raining over here.
That could be it.
That could be it. But I mean, this happened last week too, so I don't know. It
I
happens.
got 130.
You checked your speed.
I was on the wrong. I was on the regular, router or whatever, and I wasn't on the boosted one.
Oh,
You know the extender.
Yeah, the 5G one.
Yeah, I got an extender.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I got to figure out what's that problem, because it seems like it disconnects the same time every week, which is weird.
Are you wireless?
No, I'm on Ethernet. I was wireless and I plugged into Ethernet because I thought that would fix it, but it didn't seem to fix it. It's the same thing.
Well, it ain't me. I'm at 593 download.
593.
I got that good internet.
Bro, share some with me, dude.
I
I got 140 and then 11 upload.
Let's see where I'm at. That's pretty high on my end too. I'm at like 175 download, 176 actually, 6 ping.
You know what? I'm thinking it's gotta be something with Zoom then.
Possibly, or YouTube. YouTube used to boot me off for a while before, because I was going on live for too long.
Yeah, but why would YouTube shouldn't have nothing to do with your Zoom, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. I think it is an internet connection issue though, because I have issues with Yeah, my
Your
speed's
upload's pretty low,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, the upload's low, but the download is fast, and the ping is low. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh, God, you got enough internet to share with everybody.
I know.
Yeah, but it just might be like one of those like times of days where it's like just slow.
Little
Like
blackout.
Oh, you know what? Sean, what time is it by you?
It's 4 p.m.
I know what it is. Everybody's getting home from work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They're all logging in on
Yeah,
the Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, watching Netflix, doing everything else but trading.
That could be it.
Yeah, exactly right. I think it could be it. But yeah, dude. So I was talking about earlier, like, you know, once we have that full entry, whenever we break structure, we can take it for like another scalp, like this right here. Whenever it breaks below it. Let's see.
See, would you scalp in this though, like in the negative?
Would. So like for right here, like when price came up and came back down, I would have scalped right here actually when price came back down. So like price came up and then it I have to draw these zones. Draw these real quick. The only problem with these zones on the 1 minute is that they have to be updated like every minute, dude. Like kind of annoying. Where you would have to redo them because they come up so often. But I guess if you're watching the chart, like after every move, it shouldn't be a big problem. But like, yeah, for example, here, price broke structure, I would have taken this like a really small scalp right here for like 7 pips, I guess. Take my TP right there, and then I just wait for another entry. Wait for it to come back up. Right there. Once it comes back up, I wait for it to break below that structure again. And then when it comes down right there, another short position right there, to the zone again right there for another pips. So right there, I already locked in 200 pips within this move off those 2 trades. And I just keep doing the same thing. Price break structure again right there. Enter another short position right there. Because the main thing is you just need to have a bias. Like we'll get that bias off the 10-minute. And then once we have that bias, you can pretty much just, and the problem with this right here is you'd have to get the lower zone. So like we don't have one here on the 1 minute because we need to figure out, like you have to know exactly where to exit or you're going to get screwed, you know, burnt. If,
yeah, that's why I go up to the 30 minute.
Yeah.
And now, like if I don't have a zone, I'll keep going.
Yeah, the problem with going the higher time frame is that the zones will be so far out. Like right here, we're in this little area. On the 3 minute. The zone is like, actually, it's not that far. Let me see how far is it. Only like 10 pips, I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess you could go on the higher time frame if it's close enough. But most of the time, it's not really this close.
What about zoom out again? What were you just on? Were you on the 10-minute?
Oh man, internet connection again.
Damn. You still there?
Are you there? Yeah, dude, it's freaking internet connection, man. I think you're right. I think at this time, this is because a lot of people are coming home from work and there's just
all the streamers and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I can see that. There's a lot of people here that live at my building that are like they're like in like social media influencers, so I can see them.
Yeah.
Using all that stuff up.
You were just on the 10-minute, right?
Yeah. Well, I was on the 10-minute when I was trying to figure out the zones, but this lower zone right here is from the 3-minute actually.
What? Go back to the 10-minute because I seen a candle. I want to ask a question. I think it was the 10-minute.
There we go.
Yeah, you see that where it jumped up above that zone, that red candle where it's got 2 wicks? Would you consider that a zone right there? No, yeah, the one that was above that 30-minute zone you drew. It's
Hey Joe, you still there?
6:30. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Sorry, we keep getting disconnected.
It's like 6:30 or 6:40. The time on it. It's a red candle. It's got 2 wicks. The top and the bottom.
640. This one right here.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
This.
With that bottom wick
740.
would. No. You were just on it. The 640.
This one down here. Or this one
Yeah,
down here.
I see you drew that. That's a 30-minute zone you just drew, right?
This one right here, right? Yeah.
What about the bottom wick on that candle and the top wick? Would you consider those zones?
This one down here.
No, that 640 candle, that red one it's got the wick on the top and the bottom.
Which one are you talking about? There's no.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, the 630. Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
Let's see. So this green one right here, right?
No, the next one.
Oh yeah, because this is where the gap happened. This was actually 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that next candle up, that red one, yeah. Could you draw 2 zones there and kind of use that on the 1 minute? Like a top and a bottom?
2 zones on the let me see. Off this one right here, this one candle. 708, because this would be the candle you're referring to on the 10-minute. Because it's in between here. It'd be this candle and up to here. It's just.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you were looking at the 7 o'clock candle, which would be here on the 10-minute. So if we were looking at that over here, this candle right here is a 7 o'clock candle. So this is from 7 o'clock up until 7:10. So if we go on the 1 minute, that's the candle that would be right there. Just be these 3 candles right here, 708 up until 7:10.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. I wonder if this thing would have played out right here. I mean, it would have played out, but it looks like you would have been into some scary drawdown at that point. I got to figure out what the sweets. Well, I got to figure out what I would like the exit strategy for this 1 minute, because I feel like the 1 minute's it's like so choppy where it's kind of hard to figure out where your where your stop loss should be at. But it does work good though if like we just scalp within the scalp. Like, let me see if there's another one over here. Let's see. Let's wait for this to break below it. I gotta figure out any lower zones over here. This will be the next zone. Actually, it's within a zone. See, this is where it gets kind of messy, because if you try to do that where you look at the higher time frames, you'll see a lot of zones that overlap. So it's like you have this zone that overlaps with this 30-minute, and then you don't really know if like it's important or not, right? Because they kind of.
I draw them in. Kyle showed me this, but I draw them in different colors.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, but you can see right here that like, so there's this 10-minute structure that's below here, and there's a third. This big one's is 30-minute, the one above it, but they kind of because if that's the case there, like if we ignore this 10-minute candle, we only focus on the 30-minute, then this would technically be an entry on the 1 minute. So this is why I don't like going from different structures, because right here you can see on the 1 minute it actually breaks the structure, but if you're looking like on the 10-minute, it hasn't broken the structure yet. Or even if you go on the 30-minute, it's like actually like way above. It actually looks like it's pushing upwards. So when you use different time frames, it can get really confusing.
Well, when I'm looking at those, I only wait for it to break on the higher time frame, then I go down lower to look for the entry.
For the entry, yeah.
Yeah, Kyle taught me that too.
Yeah, that's usually what I do too sometimes. I usually use that for the Forex pairs, though not necessarily for US 30, because I feel like the on US 30 it's kind of opposite. Like on the Forex pairs, it works better when you go from higher to lower, but for US 30 it moves so fast that lower time frames are just as good as the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh man, Forex is too slow for me. Too slow.
Yeah, I don't really focus on it as much anymore. I mean, I still trade it like intraday. Like if I was to catch a trade, I would just let it run. I wouldn't even move stop loss anymore. I kind of just let them run. And it doesn't really make sense to me, because for me to really bother with it too much, because I make more off US 30. So if I take a loss off a Forex pair, I'm like fine with it, because I'm just gonna go ahead and catch the next US 30 when I cover it.
Now, I guess for US 30, for that shit to drop like heavy, something would have to happen, though, like in the news or something.
I mean, sort of. Well, because tomorrow is this week's NFP, so they already released the non-farm payroll data, like some of the unemployment data.
Yeah,
And, I think the unemployment's actually worse right now. Let me check.
yeah. But I'm like wondering like is there like a zone that we know just be based off the news it's not going to drop to?
Usually on the higher time frames.
Because like we've been at 30, I think it's been 30,000 this whole year, right? Or just about.
Like within the range.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, I think it broke 30,000 like late last year, so it's just been bouncing around there since then. But here, let me go on the 1 hour and see if there's. I think this would probably be best if we were to like identify this area, and then just try to figure out where the lower zones are here. So if I draw these zones here on the 1 hour, we'll see if like how well do they respect these zones, because then we can identify, you know, where this could be going. Let me see that. So this is a big zone right here. So actually just links with that one. Yeah, so just looking at this here, and we already know that the drop's gonna happen. We can see like where the if it respects the zone or not. So you can see right here.
Yeah, I didn't even care, dude.
Yeah, it like doesn't respect it at all. That's why I don't really focus on these zones here, because it'll break right through it. Like it respects it slightly right here, but it breaks right through it. So if you try to take a buyer there because you think it's gonna bounce off, you know, sadly mistaken. Like, because that's a lot of people do. They'll see something like this and they're like, oh, that's a strong support, so it's got to bounce back up. And then as soon as they enter that buy right there.
Oh, I was looking at this over the weekend, this exact time.
This one right here?
No, down like yeah, but down by like 12. Where that low, the high low, the low one is.
Oh, this
the lowest one. Yeah, if you look to the left there, it looks like that zone it has real strong support.
Yeah, like when price breaks into zone like this is where it'll be beneficial. But when price is like so far up like this, that's where it's kind of like iffy. Because when it breaks into zones like this, where it's consolidating, it's easy for you to identify, you know, where the bounces are going to happen. But when you're like somewhere up here, this is like I don't think there's any way anyone could have identified that this was going to drop, you know, like that.
No, but I feel like if it once it hits down here, it's gonna come back up again. No.
Oh, off this support right here.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah, it doesn't really respect it like that. It's not like Forex where it you know, where it pretty much bounces. Because like for Forex pairs, it's ranging assets, so it bounces around a lot more. But for US 30, if there's momentum pushing in one direction, it just breaks right through it. That's why we just trade directly momentum. Like even the snipe strategy, that's more so based off momentum rather than structure and stuff like that. I mean, technically here too, you can trade these when they break structure and stuff. It's just not as clean. Like, you know, if you look at something else, yeah, there's a lot of wicks for US 30. So I don't really like to mess with it like that. You know, one thing I was thinking about, like if I was to take some small scalps or something like that, I would probably just catch the rejections off the structure. Because that works well.
That's not a bad idea.
Like just go for like a small little move, you know, like here, let me see if I can find something here. I have to go off like I think the 10-minute would be fine. I always like gravitate back to the 10-minute. I feel like the 10 minutes always going to be like the sweet spot for me. But yeah, like what I was mentioning was like something like I would try to go somewhere in the direction of a momentum candle, but I would have to figure out how to like identify that. Like something like this right here, like how this like how we have a sell signal here. Like when prices goes for a retest, you would take like a quick sell. Like for example, right here, price is pushing up, and then as soon as it reaches, you know, this little zone right here, I would just shoot for like a small little profit, like nothing crazy at all. Maybe like 10 or 20 pips or something, or 100 pips. 10 points would be 100 pips. So like when price comes up, it would literally
Yeah,
like,
you got it. Yeah.
yeah, it would just fill it like really quick. Like you would just make a quick profit. But then again, it's kind of risky because of the stop loss. Like we wouldn't really know where to put the stop loss and stuff. Like this could be pretty solid right here too, actually. But I would probably get caught in some drawdown. See if we can find another one here. Actually, I mean, this is pretty solid actually. When price comes up, like we just have a sell limit there. So like when price touches it, we can just get in and out like super quick. Like that right there. Because that would have hit too. So that's like
Yeah,
200.
but you got to put a bigger stop on it though, right?
Or yeah, or put no stop.
Yeah.
So like, because if you're watching it, it's fine. Because if you go too far in the red, you can just close it out manually. But yeah, just looking. Yeah, that's actually not that bad because, so let's see. So if I'm trading a standard lot, that's like $1 per pip. So yeah, actually that's not that bad because $10 per pip times 100. Dude, it's $1,000 if I do this. If I do this a bunch of times, if I only go for like $100, that's like 2,000 right there. Because this would have been a win. This would have been a win. Let's see if there's another one that, and then another one right there actually. But it starts to get risky because you got to figure out like when you're gonna stop doing that trick. Because I feel like if you actually do this so many times, you just get greedy, right? You just be like, oh, I'm gonna keep trying.
Yeah.
Because right there, that'd be 3,000 right there already. Because you have one win there, one win there, one win there.
Yeah. When do you switch?
Yeah, like when do you stop? Oh, like I would switch when you get a different signal. So like right here,
Oh, okay.
see how we got this buy signal?
Yeah.
Now, whenever it comes back to retest the structure here, I would go for a buy instead. So like, for example, right here, I would have this and I would just go for another 10 pips over here. So if I was to take this trade here, technically that would have won, or I don't know if it would have failed yet. But if we
Might
waited,
not have filled, yeah.
so this
That
one
would
would
have
hit.
filled.
Yeah, this one would have filled and hit. And then
Yeah, but do 10 pips like, I guess are you gonna make a profit on that?
off 10 pips,
Yeah.
yeah, you make 1,000 each trade.
Like with the margin and stuff, like if you're doing 10 on, I don't know what FTMOs is, but how many pips are you really winning? Or is it just the profit's so high it doesn't matter?
For FTMO, if you're doing
Yeah.
so if you're doing the 200K count like the one that I'm doing now, it would be, because normally I take a 5 lot on the 100K. So if I'm doing the 200K, I do a 10 lot. So it would be $10 per pip, and if you're doing 100 pips, that's $1,000 per trade.
And then what's you know what I'm saying though, when the spread is like kind of different, there's
Oh
like a little gap in
yeah.
between. Wouldn't it be like an 8 pip win or something like that?
Well, the spread here is like 4 pips, so I don't know what the spread's like. Let me check real quick on FTMO.
Or is it going? I mean, I guess the wicks are going so high it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, exactly. Because it'd be enough to cover it. I mean, the main goal when you're scalping is just to win. Your main goal is to maximize wins and minimize losses. I don't think profit really matters. It's just maximizing the wins for the most part. But how is the number so off? Let me fix this real quick. 31,257 minus 31,256. Yeah, it's only off by 1 pip. The spread's 1 pip, bro. So it's not that much.
Nice.
So literally, you can lock in like a little under 1,000 each trade. Let's see.
Oh, that's like right where that signal, the false signal.
This
It's
right
like
here.
in between 2 zones too. It's like a nice open area.
Yeah, exactly. Because these look like some nice scalps right here. I think I would have to mess with this on demo first before I actually test it out to see if I really feel comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I opened a MT4 demo. They don't let you trade US30.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, it was just Forex.
Oh, that's lame. Dude, this is pretty solid. This little strategy that I just thought of right now. The whole 10 pip thing is like pretty, it hits like almost every single time.
You just got to know when to take that loss.
Exactly.
because like you're gonna get hit once and it's gonna be a big, you know.
Yeah, but the win rate's so high where it's like, yeah, you'd have to calculate the loss. So it's like you try to figure out, you know, how many times does it hit, how many times does it lose. If it hits like say like 9 out of 10 times, you can take like, you know, a 10-time risk because you know, if you have all those wins, it'll just set you back X amount if that becomes the case. But this is a super risky strategy. Like this is something that I wouldn't teach anybody. This is something that I would just apply on my own because I already know if someone tries to do this, you're gonna do it wrong.
Yeah.
Damn. So yeah.
When are you gonna start live trading?
What do you mean? Like every day? Like the one I've been doing every day?
No, I thought I haven't been watching. I've been fucked up, but I thought you said you were gonna start like just trading, where you're not doing questions and stuff. I haven't watched, so maybe you are.
Oh, you haven't watched me yet? I mean, that's basically what I've been doing now. Like even today was mostly trading. I wasn't really.
Oh, okay.
Like there was people that answered questions and I never got around to them. But
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for the most part, I'm focused on just trading now. I'm not really I'm answering questions if I have time, like free time in between. Like for example, if we're looking for a scalp and I don't see anything, then I can answer questions because we're not really doing much. But if there's scalps available, then I'm like 100% focused on just scalps.
I gotta look at today's
Yeah, I think today was probably one of the main scalping days. Like it's like what we're gonna be more geared towards. And this strategy is like, this shit's risky, dude. I don't think I'm gonna do this. Because I just looked at it right here, like this one. If you were to take a sell off this one, you get burnt out super. Unless you just do it once, like you do it once per candle. Because if you do it once, I think it normally works. No, actually, it doesn't. It is way too risky. It's not something that I think would be safe. Or maybe if we do it on the 1 minute, it'd probably work better. Let's see, but then again, I don't know.
I think you'd have to have like a parameter for your stop.
Yeah, we'd have to have a sweet spot, like something that we're actually following, not just, you know, eyeballing. Because I feel like if we eyeball it, it's not going to work. It's just going to be too risky.
Especially if you could like just, if you know what your loss would be on one, instead of like just keeping it open and not knowing.
Yeah.
Then you could kind of do the math. Like there to the, you could see that one green candle before it would have been a loss, I think. I don't know how many pips that is.
Oh, this one over here, or
no, it's by 1330.
1330. Oh, this one right here.
Yeah, the buy, the signal, like two to the right. Yeah, that one. I don't know what that. If you took that next candle, you're probably, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I don't think this strategy is a good one. It seemed like
it's a long ass wick too.
It seemed like a good idea until we actually right here. But like for example, here if we were to take a buy off this, or actually we take a sell because it's a sell signal. But I mean, still, even if that's the case, I think it's still kind of risky. Super. Risky.
Both of those sell signals rejected off that zone.
This one right here and this one.
Yeah. And they both went, dropped pretty nicely too.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, this kind of like this would qualify as the as that one strategy, the break and close passive structure. Because like for example, here price came up, it broke below. But I mean, technically, we take this one right here and then write it down. I think this is probably a more solid strategy versus that other scalping one.
Yeah, but I mean, even looking at it though, like I guess if you get a candle that rejects off a zone, or signal on a candle that rejects off a zone, maybe I'll look at that. Maybe it's something you can like assume like it's gonna go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, like if it seems like a strong structure like that, then it would be good. One thing that I would do before is I would look for rejections off pivot. Like if I see a rejection off a pivot and it's followed by a signal, then I mean not a pivot, a rejection off a structure and then it's followed by a signal, it's usually like in my perspective usually pushes in that direction. Like for example, right here, see how this this candle is rejecting off the structure right here, and it's followed by the sell signal. That's where I would take the sell.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, actually, that's pretty solid. Let me go back and see how this like let's just go back to like a random time to see if we could identify those things, because that's like one strategy that I used to apply before. I would just look for rejections off structure, and then I would follow it by, like, for example, right here, this one. This is pretty solid. Oh, but there's no structure there yet. Like this would be kind of solid right here because price rejected off this structure. It didn't close below it or break below it. So if we were to see something like that, and then price ends up breaking above it right here, then we can take a buy signal from right there, and then write that up right there. But then again, we have
did it. It did it again too. I wonder if that
off this red one, right?
Now that buy, the next buy, it's rejecting off that zone again.
This one right here. I probably wouldn't take this because I would want it to not break below it. So like, for example, here price broke.
Oh, yeah.
So like this one over here actually be a decent one, the sell one right here, because it rejects off this structure off this point. But let me rewind it to see if that structure is still there.
No, it's not.
Yeah, see, sometimes it's going to be hard for us to catch these because sometimes the structure's not even built there yet. So this one, this is good. So we wouldn't have taken this one, right? Because it did the complete, obviously came down. Let's see if we can find another one here. So this might be perfect. If we get a sell signal somewhere around here, this is probably fine. It's rejecting off this point right here.
Oh, it's coming.
Come in.
Oh man. Ooh, do you take that or not?
I probably wouldn't have.
Nah, definitely not.
Yeah, it gets kind of tricky. I mean, I might have to figure out to see if there's some sort of pattern where we could, because this looks like a nice sell. This would have been a good buy, but we would have missed it. See, the problem with this is the structures come up kind of late. Like this one came up late, so it would have been a good trade, but we would have missed it because we wouldn't have had that. Damn, it's a big drop. I think this would be this classifies as sell, but then I think we would have gotten burned off this.
Yeah.
18 pips is kind of too
tight. It's like a nice rejection there too.
Yeah, off these green ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. So this is probably not the strategy.
I don't know. Are the 1 minute zones strong enough to use?
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah. But I think there's patterns where like, so this is one thing that I would look at before too, like without the zones here, what I would look at sometimes is I would look at like what happens before the big moves. Like for example, right here.
Yeah, true.
Like we have a sell signal and we have a nice rejection off this point up here. And then it's followed by like a bunch of like red candles, right? So it rejects off this point, a bunch of sell signals. And then if we were to identify something right there, we could probably identify this as a good sell. Probably a little wider.
Like it hit the top.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what we have to look for. This is another strategy that I used to use for scalping before I came up with the pivot strategy. It was kind of similar to this, where I would identify where the low or the high was.
Yeah.
So like, for example, if I was taking a buy right here, I would try to identify where the, well, I wouldn't take that because it's an invalid signal. Let me see if I can find a sell. Yeah, so like for something like this, I would identify the high, but then I would see that, it's not a strong move. Like it's not like this right here where it's a rejection and a bunch of red candles followed by a sell signal, then it drops. For here, it's like a high, but there's really no indication that price is going to come down. So I would skip that one.
Yeah. Well, I think those 3 candles are still bullish though, even though they have the wicks.
Oh, these, yeah,
because they didn't push to negative. Like they didn't go red. They still stayed green, even though the seller, you know what I mean? It was pushing it down. They still didn't go negative.
Yeah, exactly. So like this situation, I probably wouldn't have taken this trade because of that specific reason, since it, it wasn't a bearish move from there.
Yeah.
So this right here might have been good. This looks like a decent one because it looks like there's a rejection from this point. The problem with the strategy is that it's going to be very subjective. Like you have to actually know what you're looking for.
Yeah, you'd have to watch it all day.
Exactly. Like right here, rejection, but it looks like a nice bullish move. So we probably could have taken like a long position right here. And then
I bet you a lot of these points will match up throughout the whole week.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what patterns, because like I'm thinking like maybe if we see where like if we see where price ends up pushing, like for example here, if we see like this big push down, we could probably mark this up as a zone, like wherever that rejection came from. And then just mark up wherever these big pushes come. Like for example, right here, this is a big push down. Mark up that zone right there.
Yeah, it tested that again.
Right here, it pushed down right here. So we could probably mark up this zone right here. And then like maybe again right here. Because I want to see if like this, if this actually respects it like pretty nice.
Well, I like that right there, yeah.
Because these zones here look pretty solid. Basically just identifying where the pushes come from these zones. So again, right here, a nice bullish move. Let's see. Yeah, let's see if it respects the zone right here. Not really.
I mean, it kind of did.
I mean, yeah, it did a little bit. It wasn't necessarily bad.
Not really.
Yeah, but not.
That shit wants to go.
So like this seems like a good zone up here.
Yeah, it's almost like it made new zones, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Actually respects it perfectly, like right there.
So yeah, you're right. On the 1 minute, you'd have to keep constantly changing.
Yeah, it'd be like nonstop. I mean, you could probably make a lot of profit doing this, but it is going to be a lot of work, like a lot of actual work. But it respects this upper zone right here, like pretty nice.
Is that the all-time high?
No,
No, it's not.
Yeah, not on that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it breaks that, man, I would take a buy.
And there it comes back down. Yeah, this is I mean, it's solid for the most part, but I think yeah, for something like this, oh, actually, this actually respects it pretty nicely. This whole zoned area here is pretty nice. Push up right there.
That's what I'm like. That's what I mean. Like US 30, like we're not. I mean, I'm not knock on wood, but like to see a huge drop, we'd have to know. You know what I mean? Something was happening in the world.
Yeah, something's like causing the drop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, honestly.
Yeah, it broke that zone and took off.
You know, I think the market's going to drop at some point. I saw a lot of other people in the group that trade like stocks and options, and everyone had like a shitty day today. So I was like, this drop's probably going to happen at some point. I don't know. I don't really see the patterns that I was looking for here. I was kind of looking for something that was really specific that we can probably drill down on. I probably just got to keep messing with it. But I know for sure, like for sure, these momentum signals, like there's got to be a way to figure out which one's a good signal or not, right? Because obviously there's some here that push pretty nicely. Like this green one right here is like phenomenal. If we were to catch this where we already knew it was going to reject off this point and it bounced up, then that'd be like a home run hit for us. See if it respects it right here. So damn, this thing just keeps pushing up higher and higher. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I have to figure this out. Now I'm like super intrigued, trying to figure out like looking for patterns here on the 1 minute. But maybe we're just like forcing ourselves to find stuff though, because the 1 minute is kind of messy.
No, I was just gonna say if you could find something on a 1 minute, dude, that's like for me that's ideal because it's so quick. You're in and out. You don't have to like sit there and if you have a solid strategy for 1 minute.
Exactly.
10 pips or not, I mean it's fucking quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Because if you could do that quickly and just keep taking these trades, like,
because then you don't have to spend all day looking. You just maybe figure out a time that's good. You know what I mean, and just hop on the 1 minute. for a half hour, if you know what you're looking for, maybe an hour, probably have a few entries.
Exactly. I think this is one thing that I was actually using. So let me just go back in. I think one way to do it is to like draw zones, but try to identify when it's establishing lower lows and higher highs. Like for example, let me just see if I can find.
Oh, kind of like a broader like trend zones.
Exactly. Like for something here, let me see if I can find something. Yeah, like if we're looking for something here, like just say we started from this area and we already know that there's a low here. So what I would do is I would draw like a zone here.
Yeah, if it breaks this, that's the high. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, and then this will start like a new one down there, and then as it breaks above it.
Well, that's the second one, right, where that little pullback was.
Yeah, I think that would be. It's kind of hard because I'm trying to incorporate these like the indicator for like to help us identify something, because obviously the indicator helps identify stuff. It's just trying to figure out what's
18 time for you? Like what is that? Is that a market
18?
opening? Yeah.
18 is going to be I don't know. 18 is like so 20.
Because look at that. There was a green. There was a false
I
buy.
think 6 p.m. actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was a false buy, a false sell, and then there was a buy. Like it looks like a real bullish hammer, and that thing went up.
I think this is when Tokyo session opens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it seems like it.
I mean, maybe I'm looking at the 1 minute. That's how it looks like it's so.
I think for something like this, like if we could already identify that this is the this is basically the bottom right here. I mean, we'd be getting in super late, but if we had like another buy signal like this right here, maybe it'd indicate that we should take that trade. Let's see. I mean, it does end up hitting. It just takes a long ass time.
Yeah.
But you kind of see what I mean, right? Like we have the bottom here, and then it like for example here, we have the high where it establishes around this area, it comes down, retests. So like when this happens right here and you see it moving down, we could take like the sell signal, I guess.
Yeah.
Comes down, comes up, sell signal off this point, full TP off that.
Yeah, there was only one really sell signal on that whole move too.
Exactly, yeah. I think the main key is just trying to figure out where the like if we're able to identify where the tops and bottoms are, like the actual tops and bottoms like this right here, if we're able to identify where this is and then take the sell signal, like dude, that's like golden, bro.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's going to be the key right there. The key is just figuring out where these tops and bottoms are, because like even if like this is like way too messy for me. If I see something like this, I'm probably not even going to look at it because there's zones on the chart. I don't know. Maybe we're just doing too much, bro, and we should just stick to our next strategy because it's working.
Oh yeah, no doubt, 100%.
Yeah, but the problem with me is like I'm always trying to look for something different. Even though we have something good, I'm always looking for something that's better.
Oh, that's what I do on the weekends. Dude. I just go back in time, and I kind of I'll just draw up some zones, and just watch it like kind of play around.
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's see. Chris said 3-minute zones on 1 minute action, 1 minute pin action. Yeah, you know what? I'm trying to figure out. It kind of seems like if we have like we're able to identify, let me see, a rejection like before a signal, like something like this right here, like you can kind of see like where it comes from. And it rejects off the zone, and it's also a nice wick. So when it's rejecting off the zone, it's a nice wick like that. That would probably indicate that it would be a decent buy entry right there. And then I think this would hit, yeah. So that would hit.
I mean, looking at that trade, even if you didn't take it to full TP, that first move up would have been a nice.
Yeah, nice push, right?
Yeah, without even going into negative.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find here. All right, so no, that's a false signal. Something like
Oh, is
that.
that another one right there?
Like this would have been good right here too, actually. Because kind of what I'm like, basically what I'm looking for is like the move prior to the signal. I'm looking for some sort of like nice clean rejection, right? Indicating like there's a push up from wherever it's coming from. Like, so for example, here, if we were to take that,
Ooh.
really
Oh,
nice.
wow.
It was literally right to the point.
What fucking time was that? Is that London?
This is right before London, like late Asia session.
Mm.
But then there's like, it gets tricky because like, for example, right here, this red candle, this looks like a nice rejection off that point too. Or actually, we're gonna look at the zones. So there's actually there's no zone right there.
Hey, what do you draw for the zones that are only one line?
Usually if it's just one line, like something like this right here,
Yeah.
just make a small zone, something like that.
Okay.
Just so like I can see where it's at, right? Because obviously it's not gonna be a strong zone, but if we're able to identify it, that would definitely help. Yeah, I don't know. This is a little tricky. I'll have to figure it out. CT said 3-minute zones, 1-minute chart. Oh, that's what CT's been doing. I don't know if you've seen him in the chat. He's been killing it, dude, off like NASDAQ. So let's see. This
NASDAQ is the 100, right?
Yeah, US 100.
Okay. Is that the same like value as US 30?
It's a little cheaper. It's kind of similar to a S&P.
So if I ran like the same lot size, it would be less, right? That's what you're saying?
I believe so. I think so. Yeah. I personally don't trade it, but I know a lot of other people trade it.
After that UK 100 or whatever, that one trade I made in December, I haven't gone to any other ones.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I don't really like UK 100. Well, it seems like this year it started to move like kind of weird. Like it hasn't been as consistent as it was in the past.
I don't know. They're opening I think it was Texas and another state are opening up their economies. We might see a new high with the stimulus.
Oh yeah, no, I can see that too. I mean, we'll have to see. Honestly,
if everybody follows suit, like
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That's going to be the key thing. If people follow suit and like things get better, then yeah, I could see that. But if not, we're just going to go back to where we were right now. You know? Yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But hopefully it's good because I want the gyms to freaking reopen, dude. I hate working out outside, bro. It's so freaking cold. I mean, cold here is like nothing cold to what you're.
I was just gonna ask you, what's cold? Yeah. What's cold over there?
Cold's 50 degrees, bro. That's
oh man, that's windows down, dude.
55 degrees, bro. It's cold for me here in California. 60 degrees is cold here in California, bro.
Dude, 50 degrees, I'm rolling my windows down, dude. Putting the shades on, sunglasses, you know?
No way. I can't do that.
You got to come up here in like the middle of winter, right? Where it's like 30 every day. And you see some guys that walk around in shorts, bro.
That's crazy.
I'm dead serious, dude.
Yeah, I forgot someone told me that today. Like someone else that's from Jersey as well. He was like, yeah, dude, people are out here just, he was like, yeah, it's like cold and snowing out here. Or I don't know if it's snowing, but they said it was cold. And people are just walking around in t-shirts. I was like, what the hell?
Dude, they're aliens, bro. There's something up.
Yeah. One of the other guys, Gerald, he's in Chicago. That dude sent me some pictures of the snow out there. I was like, nah, I can't do that, bro.
Yo, Chicago gets cold, dude.
That gets really cold. Super cold.
I heard they gotta like the train tracks. They gotta like put like rope or whatever dipped in kerosene and light them on fire to keep the tracks like warm. Something like that.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Look at this strategy right here. Do you see what I just did right now? This is what CT just mentioned. This is
3 minute. Yeah.
So I drew these zones on the 3 minute, and then basically when price breaks structure, like right here. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Like right here, break structure. We have the sell signal, break structure, sell right here. Right, this is the next structure down here, but make it a little higher. I'd probably round it a little lower, like that 25.
25 is nice, yeah.
And then stop loss would probably be above the structure right here.
What is that, a 14? Ooh.
I probably have to put a little higher. I think that's gonna be too close.
What about the top of that wick?
Maybe like 20, like a little higher than the swing. Well, even if you put at the swing right here, I think it'd be fine. But if you put it higher than the swing above there, I think that's a pretty good exchange, 20, 25. Yeah, I would have hit TP right there, so perfect. And then again, right here, when it broke back into the structure, we could have taken another one right there. Because this green candle broke into it, this red one broke right back out. Or actually, I probably wouldn't have taken this one because I like going in the direction of the momentum signal. So if we have a sell signal that follows after, oh, so I'd probably take this one right here. But this is where the risk starts to get kind of messy.
Maybe not apply your 10 pip
for this one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little 10 pip move, right?
I put it to the yeah.
That's solid right there, yeah.
I was gonna say the stop maybe at the top of that candle, the signal.
Oh, of this. Oh, yeah. No. That's actually not bad, right there. It's not too bad. And then again, right here, there's another one with this buy signal. You can basically ride this up to there, below here. Ride that to like maybe 15 pips. Damn, this gets really close to stop loss. I got to figure out a sweet spot for the stop loss. It's probably just gonna have to be a set amount, like past the structure. But yeah, this ends up hitting right there too, so that's cool. And then again, right here when it breaks structure, same thing. This is actually pretty solid. This is not bad. It's probably something I can mess around with. 20 pips. Kim said, no one with a brain will follow what our governor is doing. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I can't believe Texas is reopening like that. Like, it's not like COVID just disappeared, it's still here. But who knows? We'll just have to see how everything plays out. Wow, full TP right there.
Nice.
And again, right here for a sell. Yeah, this is actually pretty solid. So this might be something that I might mess around.
You saying are you waiting for the signal before you're looking?
Not necessarily. Like what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a price to break and close past structure, and then I'm going the direction of the signal. So
yeah, that's what I meant to ask. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'd be looking for there. So this would hit stop loss. That's cool. Move on to the next one. Actually, we could probably, I think for this right here, if this ends up happening where we have a separate entry in the opposite direction, we could probably just close it early. Or just flip the position. So this would only be a 13 pip loss. And then we can swing it the other way from this candle for a buy instead. Probably bring it out like 16, 15. That's TP right there. Yeah, this is actually pretty solid. This might be something that I might play around with. I think I just got to keep testing it in like random areas to see how often it hits and how often it loses. But then after that, it should be pretty good. Let's see, 18. Hey Naresh, I just saw your message in the chat. So Naresh, I don't know if you emailed your username to me yet, or if you messaged it to me. So if you message me or if you message your username to me, Naresh, I can update your account. I don't think you've mailed it over to us yet, so check it out for you. All right, Naresh. I'm not sure if you're still in here. All right, but anyways, let's check this out right here. This 15.
That got high enough.
Let's see. Does it hit it?
Even if it doesn't, that one wick, that got pretty close.
This one right here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That would hit stop loss. So right here, we probably would have closed out of this trade actually. we would have closed out right here for a loss when it closed below here.
How many pips was that wick though?
This one up here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So if it's like
2 pips, yeah.
from
So-
the entry though?
No, not from the entry, just the wick. Let me see.
I'm saying like if you're looking for 15 and that thing is above 10, might as well
Yeah.
close it.
Yeah, I think for the 1 minute, we might have to go for a smaller target. Just get in and out quick. It might be better.
Yeah, that's why I look at it. If it's close enough to the
Yeah,
to
if
the
it's close,
TP,
yeah, I think that'd be best. And Rash, if you can send me your username, that would be what we need, not the email, because we can't find your username under your email. But yeah, dude, I mean, yeah. So like, if we just have a set TP, I think that'd be probably better, huh? Have a fixed TP. But then again, we have to figure out what our stop loss
or
is.
you do like TP1, TP2, and have TP1 just fixed at like whatever 10,
Yeah,
something small, and then once it hits that, you just don't let it go below it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's usually what I do. I like to, like when I'm scalping, I like to have a fixed, like either TP or a fixed, TP1, TP2. I don't think we're gonna have a TP1, TP2 though for 1 minute because it moves way too fast. And you blink for like 1
Yeah.
second. Like for this candle right here, dude, I don't think we'd be able to move our stop loss and profit. Like we would literally.
Well, I
have,
mean, you're manually,
yeah,
once you're over 10, like if it, for me at least, if it's going to come back down under that, I'm just going to close it because it was so close.
yeah, no,
Like,
definitely.
why try to test it when you were that close,
Exactly, because it was like 13 pips, and then if we're going to 15, it was just like literally right below it. Yeah, but I mean, we'd have to have a system set in place, like an actual, like what we're following. Like, you know how right now we have a system, we already know what to follow. For this, it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like every trade's a little different. So,
You know what? Even looking at that candle, I would sell just like on the close of that candle too.
this one right here.
That red one, yeah, because look at that pressure.
Exactly. You know, one thing I was looking at before too, I would measure these wicks. If it was like a crazy wick, like something that's like not normal, then usually it continues pushing that direction. But I think it works better on the higher time frame. That's one thing that I started using, but I'll have to see. Let's see if this one here hits. Yeah, stop loss would have to be a lot wider. Or I think what we could possibly do is we could just keep, yeah, no, maybe the strategy is not the best. Because I feel like this one's just way too subjective.
You just have to be watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're in profit, just get ready to close it.
Yeah, or do that, once you're in profit, like literally just get in profit and close it right away. Because it looks like all of these go in profit, at least for like a little bit, like for some time,
Yeah, a couple minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see this one. I'll do one more, and then oh shit, it's 5:30. I gotta like log off soon. Let me just finish this, and I'll log off. Yeah, I might realize we were on this for that long. Yeah, look at that, dude. See, this is like where like you start to change your strategy because you're like, oh, 10 pips. Oh, we could win for.
That's what I mean. Why even run a TP if you're watching it? Why even run a TP?
I think the best thing for us to possibly do is there's these things called like magic keys that David uses. So like basically we can set our TP at like the next structure, but when price reaches like 10 pips, we can like adjust our stop loss immediately to like 10 pips. So that we end up
program.
So that we end up going for the full move, but then we still lock in 10 pips every time.
That's a program?
Yeah, it's like a little tool that
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, it's like a little like a hotkeys tool. You just hit it and then it changes your position.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I'll have to look into it. But yeah, dude, I gotta log off. I got another session to go to. So do you wanna cover anything? Or you good for it now?
No, I'm good for right now.
All right,
Yeah, I'm good.
Definitely, dude. So I'll catch
Just
you.
throwing ideas around.
Yeah, definitely do. I will figure something. We'll just keep throwing shit on the wall until something sticks. Honestly, that's what it really is.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to find something good. I need to pass this 200K account ASAP. All right, dude. I'm gonna log off, get on this next session, and then I'll catch you guys next week. I think I got you guys on
Awesome.
the schedule already, so we should be good. But yeah, dude. All right, man. So I'll catch you guys later. I'm gonna log off this, and if you have any questions, dude, just reach out.